This is Karabo Ramokhoro from Tom and Jerry YouTube channel. Thank you so much for voting for me as Lesotho's favorite YouTuber 2020. If I'm being honest, I didn't see this coming, so I'm so grateful. We have a few of our Lesotho YouTubers who are going to share with us how 2020 has been for them. The highs, the lows, the ups, the downs, what they took from it, what they learned, the bittersweet moments. They're here to say it all, so please do enjoy.
Nthabiseng Mpakanyane.
Hello fellow trailblazers, my name is Tokiso Nthebe and I am extremely passionate about money, travel and a lifestyle.
Hi guys, I'd just like to say thank you very much to the Lesotho YouTubers for inviting me to do this 2020 reflection. Let's get into it.
How would you describe this year in 3 to 5 keywords? Roller coaster, bittersweet, scary, definitely, overwhelming, and humbling.
2020 was surprising, humbling, and a little painful.
What is the most important lesson you learned this year?
The most important lesson I learned this year was that family is everything. Being away from my mom and my brother definitely was painful for me, even though I did still have a support system during lockdown, but just not being around them affected me quite a lot. And even now during Christmas, you know, I still haven't seen them, so it's been really hard.
To save. To save a lot more than what I think is good enough. To just keep on saving and saving and saving and saving, even after using some of the savings, to just continue saving.
2020 has really been a moment of allowing myself to be vulnerable, allowing myself to feel what I go through most of the times, and allowing myself to cry, you know. So if you look at my blog posts, if you look at my videos, some of my videos, I have really allowed myself to just let go of the perfection, the curated TK. I've allowed myself to feel.
What is the best thing that happened this year?
The best thing that happened this year is I'm making more money. I'm making more money, and thank goodness, man. My relationship did not go lockdown. I know that a lot of people are in different spaces in terms of that, but thank God.
The birth of my niece, Nyakallo. 2020 was rough, guys. It was terrible, but every time my mind goes to those negative thoughts and me wanting to think negative about the year, I'm immediately reminded of the birth of my niece. What challenges did you overcome? In the beginning of this pandemic, there was a time when I was literally surviving on oats because I didn't have food and I was able to overcome that. I also lost my job. We're not crying. I really didn't want to cry in this video, but I also lost my job due to COVID-19, and it was tough. It's been tough because of that. However, again, I was able to overcome that.
I had fun by just randomly waking up and doing my makeup. That made me feel good, and I gave myself a lot of like spa dates. I'd have a facial, give myself a facial, do sheet masks, and all of that good jazz.
Firstly, I attempted to start cooking. If you saw that video about spaghetti and mince tragedy, so I attempted to cook. But if there's one thing I learned in 2020 was to create content.
How did your relationships, family, friends, work evolve?
My relationships got a bit better, you know. my relationships got a bit better in the sense that my communication with my closest people improved. You know, you'd think that being stuck in one place means that the challenges lessen because there isn't as much outside influence, but I found myself having to have very difficult conversations with the people I love, and just being better.
Definitely more phone calls and texting from family, which in return tightened the bond that was already tight. I definitely found myself being a lot more involved. I mean, I'm always involved, but this time around I was always available. They could always reach me whenever they wanted to. What was the best decision you took? The best decision I took in 2020 was to get off social media, in particular, of course, Instagram, and deleting my WhatsApp.
The best decision I took this year was to invest in my YouTube channel. You will see this sometime next year. You'll know what I was talking about, hopefully.
What would you do differently if you could? Any regrets?
The one thing I wish I had done differently was to not panic by medication. Guys, I have so many things in my medicine. I now have a medicine cabinet that were recommended by people that had contracted COVID-19. And I was so paranoid because, you know, even though I have no pre-existing conditions that made me susceptible to getting the infection, I was just really, really paranoid. So I wish I just stuck to my garlic, my gingers, and then that was that, but ugh.
Make the most of all the free time I had. I had so much free time, it's insane. And I wish I had used it better, you know, not even like major things, small things like sticking to a skincare routine, taking better care of my hair, taking more walks, exercising, doing yoga, you know, small things like that. What did you do for your physical and mental health? For my physical health, nothing. I mean, in the beginning of the pandemic, I was walking a lot, but it didn't last long enough. There was a time when I started beginner's yoga, but that lasted for like 3 days. So when it comes to my physical, I guess I'm just not that person. I'm not that active, you know. I'm adventurous and all, but I'm not an active person. For my mental health, definitely getting off social media was a big part of taking care of my mental health.
For my physical and mental health, I did a bit of yoga, I exercised, I did jump on the Chloe Ting wave quite a lot during lockdown, even though I wasn't consistent, and I napped.
So for me, mental health it's at the core of 2020 for me. Mainly because I wrote a blog post about 21 days in self-isolation. And what that blog post was about was the lockdown happened and I actually had to sit in my place for the longest time by myself. The only person who was literally checking up on me was my neighbor and my sister who lives in the same area as I, you know. But for me, during the 21 days of isolation, I allowed myself to actually introspect. What am I about? What am I passionate about? I went through the hurt, I went through the disappointments, I got to a point where I was like, you know what, many times we say that people are trash and people are toxic, but I had to ask myself and interrogate, am I possibly the negative, toxic person? So from a mental health perspective, again, I had to reflect and look at who I am. Tokiso has been so hard on Tokiso. TK has been so hard on Tokiso, you know. So I had to get to a point to say that I have 5 degrees yes, great achievement, but what does it mean? I've been looking for validation. I've been looking for people to recognize and appreciate who I am. But in the process, I lost who Tokiso was. I was so obsessed with the accolades, you know, moving from one qualification to the next, moving from one job or a professional career to the next, one company to the next. And I had to stop and be like, but who is Tokiso? So from a mental health perspective, I realized that, I've been going through the most, I've been feeling the most, and I need to change that. So in the episode 6, well, episode 4 of Talks About Mental, we talked about mental health. And for me, the biggest takeaway was when you remove, and this was said by Sello, one of the guests, when he said that if you remove if you remove the I and you replace it with we, you move from illness to wellness. And that for me that's what stuck out, you know.
What are you thankful for this year?
To be recognized at a group level. I mean, I'm talking about global markets. I'm talking about Lesotho, Mozambique, DRC, Tanzania, Kenya, Ghana, South Africa. Guys, award winning. But beyond that, for me to see the YouTube channel, the TK brand growing is amazing, you know. From content from the YouTube channel to the blog post to now the podcast to social media to Tokiso has really grown, and I'm loving who I'm becoming, because half the time I don't know what the hell I'm doing, you know. But I'm also the kind of person who's not scared to ask for help. I have a videographer on standby, I have a brand manager, I have a creative strategist, and all I have to do is just show up and do what I do best. Talk. I'm an MC and I am a public speaker. That's all I do. Everything else you see behind is the team. So I've learned that 2020, if you want to go fast, go. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with a team.
I'm thankful for life this year. One of the things that came back to me, was that life is too short. And I already know that. But, you know, I learned that when you love people, let them know constantly. Over-communicate your love and appreciation, because, you know, you never know.
What advice would you give your last year self?
If I could advise Kiva 2019, I would tell her that it's okay, girl. Relax. You know, it's not the end of the world, because you're not meant to be in one place running around in the same circle. You know, life is vast and full of such great opportunities and new people. Allow yourself to meet them, allow yourself to experience them, allow yourself to learn from them. Take what you need to take and leave the rest that's really not meant for you.
So what did I let go of is the negative self-talk. Many a time I've let go. There's a noise, there's a voice. I call it the TK devil. You're not good enough, the imposter syndrome. You're a failure. You're trying too hard. You're trying to please people. So I've let go of that voice to say that, shut that up. So I've let go of that voice and I've replaced it with gratitude.
Save, 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 save. Save. Even after using some of your savings, just keep on saving, 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 saving. Make sure you have more left behind. Don't use up all your savings for anything, for vacations, for a big thing that you were saving for. Always have more than enough savings. So yeah, I guess that's it. Just want to say thank you to Lesotho YouTubers for this opportunity. I think I needed to make this video just to reflect on the year in a positive way, and yeah. Thank you, Lesotho YouTubers, and wishing everybody a happy new year. Hopefully 2021 will be a lot better.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Please do subscribe. I hope you drew a lot from them. I hope you drew inspiration and encouragement. It wasn't all that bad, I know. So I hope you really were encouraged. I want to wish you guys a happy new year, a happy 2021. It's gonna be amazing. You can make it amazing. Nobody else but you can make it amazing for yourself. Enjoy.